Owning a press-on nail business has changed the entire course of my life. I went from being depressed on the couch to owning my own shop in a matter of months, and at the time, I knew nothing about nails. I learned everything I know through trial and error and the internet. And so I thought it would be fitting now, 2 years later, to make a set of press-on nails while talking you through the 15 things that I wish I knew before starting my press-on nail shop.
Let's go.
Number 1. Just start. To those considering or curious about opening your own shop, or to those who've been planning for months but haven't taken the leap, my advice is simple. Just start. It's tempting to want to wait till everything's in place, but the smartest decision I made was throwing myself off the deep end and figuring it out as I went. You will learn so much faster and more efficiently this way. You have to be bad before you can get good, so starting comes with facing the fear of failure and judgment. I knew that this would affect me, so I kept my business secret from many friends and family for an entire year, allowing me to create without the influence of external opinions. Number 2, be safe. It's laborious sitting and painting nails all day, so take care of your back and take care of your body. Make sure to get up and stretch, and if you can, get a good chair.
Thank you.
Use a dust collector, and if nothing else, wear gloves and wear a mask. Number 3, find your niche. There are a lot of people making press-on nails, but there is also a lot of people who wear press-on nails. You don't have to be a master at every design or style. Make the nails that you like, and someone else out there will have a similar taste. I started with BTS-themed nails and have broadened my scope from there. You don't have to stick to one niche, but if you are just starting out, it can be helpful to niche down in order to find clients. I attribute a lot of my success early on to the fact that I picked such a specific niche. Number 4, take inspiration from others, but credit them. No one judges you for recreating a design. There are so many talented nail artists who are constantly creating and innovating. The more we learn from each other, the more we all grow. But if you do borrow inspo or a technique, it never hurts to tag the artist. We can all support each other and give credit where credit's due. Bonus tip is to engage with other artists on social media. If you see a set you like, comment on it, DM them. You will build a little circle of nail peers that you can go to with questions or advice on products and techniques. I've made a number of nail friends this way, and I value those relationships deeply. Number 5, if you have an idea for a set, make it, or somebody else will, and then you'll have to credit them. I've learned this the hard way a couple of times, though I recently found solace from Rick Rubin's words around this phenomenon. He states, if you have an idea you're excited about and you don't bring it to life, it's not uncommon for the idea to find its voice through another maker. This isn't because the other artist stole your idea, but because the idea's time has come. Number 6, don't compare yourself to others. You might see other artists' work and think you can never do that, or they're way better than you, but everyone is on their own nail journey. There is room for everyone, so focus on what you can do to improve your skills every time you make a set. Learn from others, study their work, and try to deconstruct how they created it, and then test those techniques yourself. Speaking of, number 7, practice. Nails are a learned skill. A lot of nail artists get written off as just being talented. This is total BS. When I started 2 years ago, here are some of the nails I made from that time. Recently, people have been saying, oh, you're so talented. But trust me, nobody was saying that 1 year ago. That talent is a result of a lot of practice, trial and error, and being willing to fail, adapt, and try again. This is great news because it means that you have the ability to change where you fall on the talented scale. Set time aside in your week to play and to practice. I have recently implemented a 1 nail a day challenge to myself where every day I make 1 nail, testing and trying a new technique, which has been instrumental in my progress in painting skills. If you want to make a set and they didn't turn out the way you wanted, identify where it went wrong, try a different technique, and evaluate the results, and then keep doing that forever. Don't stop learning. Number 8, it's expensive. This might not be what you want to hear, but hang in there is hope. There are literally thousands of nail products, brands, and formulations, not to mention packaging and shipping. If you have no nail experience and no savings, I don't suggest quitting your day job to do nails. If you do have a day job, and you can do this business on the side, after work or on the weekends, while you build your kit, audience, and customers, do that. I reinvested all my profits for the first year back into the business while I built my kit. My space did not look like this at the start. Make a budget, make a list of wants and needs. I started by buying cheap gels on Amazon and eventually had to replace them all, so if you can, start with quality essentials. Building off of that, number 9, learn about your products. Knowing nail ingredients to look for and avoid will better help you make informed decisions about the quality and use of the products you are buying. The more you learn about how to use a product, the better you will be able to sit down and get your desired results. Number 10, you don't need every product. As I mentioned, it's expensive to build a kit, but the good news is that you're able to start really small. Nail trends move fast and companies are constantly looking to market new colors and collections. Before buying anything, I ask myself what I'm going to use it for, how versatile the product is, and if I currently have anything similar. For example, instead of buying a collection of syrup gels with glitter in them, I would buy a collection of plain syrup gels and get a glitter topper that can be applied on top of any of them. I recommend watching my 10 essential products video on what the absolute bare necessities you would need to start are. Number 11, set policies. If you are selling nails, it's important that both you and the customer understand the expectations of the transaction. Communicate exactly what the customer can expect to receive, how long your processing time is, so how long will it take from the time they place their order to the time you ship them, expected shipping times, and return policies, if any. A customer is much more likely to make a purchase when they have a clear understanding of the process, and they are much more likely to repeat their purchase when you consistently deliver on the promises you made. Number 12, know your worth. When I first started, the cost of my nails was quite low. We're talking like $40 Canadian low. At the time, I knew the quality of my nails wasn't as high as I wanted it to be, or as high as other press-on nail artists, so this felt like a fair price. Though at this price, because I was using high-quality products, I was barely covering my costs. It still allowed me to gain customers as I developed my skills. Gradually, as I improved, I slowly raised my prices. Recently, I've been struggling with price guilt because some of my customers have been with me since the very beginning, but it's something I'm working on is communicating and showing the quality of the end product. The quality of the tips I'm using, the quality of the gels I'm using, the attention to nail shape, detail, finish, durability, etc. Everyone wants a bargain, but that doesn't have to mean cheap. If someone was willing to walk into a salon and try to come out with the quality of nail art I'm now providing, the price would likely be double what I'm charging. So for that reason, even though my nails might seem expensive for press-on nails, to the customer who appreciates nail art, they know they are getting a bargain. So know your worth, communicate it, and charge accordingly. Number 13, take inspiration from everywhere. It's easy to go on Pinterest and search nails, but I find that when I do this, I get into a creative rut. Take inspiration from things in your daily life, from graphic design, art, nature, jewelry, sculpture, music. By trying to translate inspiration onto a nail, I have found it's pushed me creatively to make my work more interesting and unique. Number 14, photography is your friend. If you're going to spend all of this time and money creating nails, you also need to learn how to photograph nails. Let me emphasize that you do not need a fancy camera or phone. Google the best settings or ways to take photos on whatever phone or device you already have. Set up good lighting, ensure you use multiple photos or videos and from different angles. I always keep this in the back of my mind. People do not want to have to zoom in on a product that they are buying, so make sure that you get nice and close so you can see all the detail. Number 15. Start a social media account, like now. Having a small business means you must not only be the artist, but also the marketing manager. It can take a long time to grow a following or audience and to build buyers' trust. Even if you do not feel like your work is good enough yet, just start sharing your work and growing your following of peers and customers. I started a TikTok account a couple months before I was ready to start selling. This way, I was able to gather feedback about my designs so that by the time I opened my shop, I had people who were eager to buy. If you wait until you have 10 perfect sets to post and perfect branding, then you will launch your shop and realize it's going to take a couple months for people to even start seeing your account and your work. So start that account, document your progress. If there is one thing I want you to take away from these 15 lessons, it's that you're going to learn more by doing than you will by learning. And frankly, that's the fun part. So be smart, be safe, make art, and do one thing every day that will get you incrementally closer to your goals. And I will do the same. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.